Hey there, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. We're going to do your tarot reading for the next, we're saying 3 to 6 weeks. Okay, it's always interesting right now. All right, for the next 3 to 6 weeks, I'm recording this on March 11th. But they're telling me that from whatever time you see that, it is the right time. If you're receiving messages, we're going to use the 9-card spread to get your two in the transformation. So 10-card spread. Let's see what we get for you. I do want to invite you to check out the membership portal. If you hit the join button, it'll take you there. It doesn't make you joined, but it does allow you to have access to the 11 Soul Path reading that I'll record after this. It actually gives you access to all 12 for each month, and put you on a live Q&A call. So your overall energy is the Two of Swords. A live Q&A call we're going to be doing this time on March 16th. So go ahead and hit that join button if you're interested. So Two of Swords for overall energy. We are using the Tarot Familiars. It's a new deck to me, so it'll be interesting to see what we have here. This Two of Swords, it's interesting because it looks like one is planted and one is, okay, it could be looking like it's coming in, but it looks like it's being pulled out and that there'll be clarity that comes. So let's just see what we get from, the rest of the cards. In the center, the key to the situation, we have the Two of Cups. Lots of energy. Oh, my. What is going on with you guys? Wow. Okay. I'm going to say that you've been working at cross purposes with somebody, and that's the Two of Swords, and that there might be a resolution to this conflict. And so somebody is withdrawing their sword. This is when two ideas, this feels like ideas, two ideas that have been very conflicting on how to manage a situation. This could be with your partner. This could be at work. This could be some sort of a situation where you have been working at cross purposes with someone. But I have to tell you, I'm sitting here and you're nearing the end of a major cycle. There is a lot, there's 2 9s on the table. There's also a 10, but that's in where the obstacle is getting to the completion of a cycle. And so there is this energy of wanting to complete a cycle and maintain your sense of independence. So creating a situation where it is interdependent, not codependent, whether this is at work or friendships or a very intimate personal relationship, because here in the key to the situation, we do have the Two of Cups. So there is a soulmate situation here, and soulmates come in all forms. Your pet can be your soulmate, right? There's all kinds of soulmates that come into our lives. So in the area of where have you been focusing your thoughts? So we're going to look at past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions, going to clarify. And here in the area where you were trying to gather information and knowledge, in the area of thoughts in the recent past, you have the 8 of Cups. And so 8 of Cups signifies to me in this particular situation that part of this impasse has been, do I stay or do I go? Again, could be a job. Do I stay or do I go? Not feeling like, it feels like a looping around of a cycle. I've been here before, I've seen this before, I've done this before. This seems like I'm doing the same thing over and over again, getting the same results. I'm just kind of stuck in this energy. It feels like recycled energy, and I need to make a decision on how to proceed going from here. I will say that with the 8 of the Cups, plus 2 of Cups, you get to the 10 of Cups. And so the key might be that that this recycling of the situation requires you to put in your own compassion, your own energy of cooperation and collaboration in order to bring around a situation from the heart space. So this is you allowing yourself to see things from the other person's point of view. You allowing yourself to feel what they're feeling. There's a need for empathy to be brought to the situation so that you can have this meeting of I want to say an energetic meeting of not really minds, because it's not about the swords. Even though we have those swords there, it's more of understanding, a meeting in the way that you can relate to what it is that whoever it is on the other side of this Two of Swords has been feeling about a particular situation, a certain dynamic in your life. And so there's a need to understand that, understand where they're coming from, and allow them to understand where you're coming from in a way that doesn't impinge on their ability to have their own thought process at the same time. It looks like two people have different points of view on something, and there needs to be a coming together in order to make it work, because in the area of where have you been feeling uncomfortable and anxious, it is strength. Now in this deck, it's an 11. So again, it's that energy of the 2. So this is conscious mind. It's the white wolf. It feels like trying to find the justice, even though it's a strength card, trying to understand things in a very conscious way of, I need to stand by my principles. I need to believe in myself. And yet he looks a little beat up, a little tired, a little exhausted. That is not a wolf. That looks like an abused kind of a situation, almost like cowering. And there's a need to step into your strength and your power, but I think the strength and the power comes from your ability to have a conversation in a way that manifests what it is that you desire. So in the area of the obstacle, we have the 10 of Cups. And so again, I feel like you've been striving toward this sense of emotional fulfillment and happiness in a situation. Again, could be at work, could be a project you're working on, could be with your family, your friends, your significant other. There's a lot of things. 10 of Cups is that emotional completion and satisfaction. And you're moving in that direction, which is really good news. So even though we're starting out here with the 8, and the struggle has been to get to the 10, as we finish up here, I'm going to move to the future really quick so that you don't get disheartened. We have the 9 of Cups. And so you are moving in the right direction. How do you get there? So in the area of transformation, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and so I'm really glad that they sent a clarifier with it. Remember, they sent out 2, and the clarifier is the Temperance card. And the Temperance, again, in order to get this wheel moving, and look, they both are unicorns. It's like they both have their swords. They're pointed in different directions. But here, you have one now that is empathetic, that's listening, that's paying attention to the other one. Somebody's needs were not being met. And that requires listening by either you or the other person. But honestly, let's say it's a job. Okay, and you feeling overworked and overburdened, and your boss is like, but we got to get this project done. And so they're focused on what the business needs, and you're focused on the fact that you're freaking exhausted and it's just too much work. This is when you sit down with your boss and you say, okay, so I understand that you need this project done, and I understand why it needs to be done in this time frame. Here are my limitations, and can we find a way that I can get a little help on this piece of the project so that we can meet all of the goals that need to be met to benefit you and to benefit the company. And so by allowing yourself to speak to them in a way that you say, I understand where you're coming from, I want to help you to get there. This works in an interpersonal relationship too, whether it's your kids, or it's your significant other or your friends. You listen. What is it that when people are putting up a wall and they're like stuck and they're stagnant and they're like, I don't want to make a change here, it's because you haven't figured out yet what it is that they really need, and for some reason they're having trouble communicating it to you. And so there's a need to ask the questions that give space for the answers. It's not about you telling somebody what it is that you want and need. It's about listening. Because if you notice, it really looks like the one unicorn is listening to the other, is paying attention. How can I help you help me? A little Jerry Maguire there for you. So there's a need to figure out what Zig Ziglar, okay, he just showed up. Zig Ziglar used to say you can get everything in life that you want if you help enough other people get what they want. You can get everything in this life that you want if you're willing to help enough other people get what they want. And so this impasse has been about not focusing on how can you meet the other person's needs, but perhaps focusing on what you need, or the other person is not paying attention to what you need and they're only focused on their needs, and there's a need for you to say, hey, I really would like you to listen to me. I understand that you need this, that you want this, whatever, but here's what I need right now in order to proceed. Because in the area of action, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is not codependency, it's independence. Independence leads to interdependence, but there's a need here to not be cowering in the corner, to not feel so sapped of strength, but instead to say, hey, look, I have things that I need to get done too. There's help that I need here. It's asking for what you need. It's believing in yourself that you have the access to everything that you need, but maybe you need to ask. So, and the best way to get people to listen to you is for you to listen to them first. We can't change anyone but ourselves, but people will mirror us. So when you're all stubborn, the other person will be really stubborn. Or if you're really authoritative, the other person is either going to be really authoritative back or they're going to cower. It's a mirror either way. But if you want to create Two of Cups with even give and take, if you want the temperance where you work together to So a real conversation where there's speaking and listening happening. So there is a need for you in the future to be very real about how to strategize to get this. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And so there's strategy, but there's also a need for patience and temperance. This is, by the way, also your card, Sagittarius, right? Is about being patient and allowing the process to happen. And so what you want is not going to happen overnight. The conversation isn't going to happen just in one conversation. And conversations are one thing, but actions are another. And people can say whatever they want to you, but ultimately it's what they do that matters, that shows their true intent. So that's important too. But as I said, you're filling up your cup here. You're moving from the 8 to the 9. 10's on the horizon. At the end of the cycle, we have the Six of Swords. So there's a healing energy that is happening here. There's a healing energy. There's an ability. The Temperance is a healing card. The Six of Swords is a healing card. The Two of Cups is a healing card. There's a real opportunity to heal a situation here, but I think it takes empathy and equal give and take on both sides, that you're there for each other. But because of all these pentacles here, I feel like it's definitely about meeting physical needs in order to create this. Oh, look at this. Yeah. All right. So we have this isolation card here of the dry desert, but then we have the come together card. Trying to go it alone and force your way through a situation, it has to be all my way or the highway, isn't going to work. It's the Temperance. It's bringing two different ideas together in a way that actually works. The Two of Swords is at cross purposes. The Two of Cups is giving and receiving what each needs, and the key to the situation is the Two of Cups. It's the giving and the receiving. So taking some time to figure out how to do this, how to give each other what they need. It could be also that you're like, when I see the dry desert, I wonder if a little time or space isn't what one or the other of you is asking for, and it might be necessary. Oh, guys, you have a real opportunity to bring a situation together. It's going to require meeting one another's needs. So conversation has to happen in order for that to work. Here we have the action. This is the conscious and the subconscious working together. Okay, and so this is the energy of consciously choosing. Again, it's what actions speak louder than words. I just keep hearing them. They just keep saying actions speak louder than words. Either yours or someone else's. Actions speak louder than words because you have blossoming abundance and the caring connection. There is a real opportunity here, and it looks like romance, honestly, when I see that. Although there's a lot of pentacles here, so somehow finances are a part of it. Actually, I don't know so much that it's finances. There's a sense of independence that is a part of it. There's a need to give each other breathing room in order to so in a rubber band, when you pull, this is what they're showing me, when you pull it apart, it springs back together. Pull it apart, spring back together. So to create an elasticity in your relationship so that you aren't constantly in each other's pockets. I feel like somebody has been feeling isolated and alone, but maybe it's because the other person was trying to create space out of necessity. You have the Puma. Okay. So 2 dog cards came out, the coyote and the dog card, and we have this wolf here. The dog is devotion, protection, loyalty. The coyote is using your mind to strategize. I know it's the 7 of Pentacles, but when I looked at it, all I saw was 7 of Swords. I had to look at it again. And so this is that coyote energy of creating something, good fortune, transforming a situation through patience. Any of the stories, you know, about, it's like kind of like foxtail energy. It's cunning. It's patiently waiting for the right opportunity in order to create transformation, but it can be kind of tricky energy to work in. But you have the Puma that came out initially. And Puma is like a mountain lion, right? So power, desire, and healing. It's magic. It symbolizes the awakening of energies and desires that can lead to healing and fulfillment. Creating space in your relationship actually creates the opportunity for attraction. That being said, communication feels very important here. Knowing what each other needs so that you can give it to each other. And if one of them needs just a little more space on the daily without disconnection. So let's say, for instance, you have a really stressful job and you get home and you walk in the door and you're met with your partner and screaming kids and oh my gosh, this happened and then that happened and then the sink overflowed and then this child did that, and then where in that is your space? You leave a stressful job to walk into a stressful situation. So it is your responsibility, though, to create that space. So how do you do that? Maybe on the way home you don't listen to the news of the day. Maybe on the way home you listen to music you enjoy, or no music at all and roll down the windows and let the fresh air move and just create that downtime. It's hard if you work from home, so maybe after the end of business day, you go for a little walk and then you come home and you say to your partner, it's your turn to go get some time for yourself, and I can watch the kids for a little while, or find some way to create the opportunity for both of you to get what you need. You both need something, and I feel like you're not communicating very well about what that is. The good news is conversation seems to be all it's really going to take here. All right, you guys, I'm going to be doing the Love and Soul Path reading, so you might want to check that out. As soon as I get done with this, I'm going to record that. And again, check it out. It's on the Join Membership button there. And I'm on Facebook every day where we check out the daily energies. And right here, I will link your monthly intuitive monthly astrology planner so you can check out for this week what's going on and for next week. Okay, guys, take care. I'll talk to you soon.